Hi guys! So, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long. I don't even know how long it's been. I think my last video was about Erlen's birth story, and that was a long time ago. Aris is 3.5 and Erlen is almost 1.5, so that can give you kind of a perspective of how long I've been gone. But I missed you guys so much, and I've missed filming so much. Over the gap of my last video and this video, I've gotten a lot of questions about parenting, about marriage, about toddlers, about babies, and I kind of want to address those questions. I mean, I can, just comment you guys back in my videos, but I feel like it would be more personal for me to kind of talk about, my experiences as a parent, as a wife, as a mother in a video, so I can better explain it and hopefully help you guys who are looking for answers. I know that when I was pregnant with Aris, I kind of confided in YouTube to get answers. If I was progressing right, if this was normal, and just like pregnancy symptoms of other women, and that just consumed my whole pregnancy. And I feel like I've gotten so much information from other moms and their personal experience, and it's not like me Googling something and there's like a textbook answer of, oh, your baby looks like this when you are 7 months pregnant, and so on. Same with like birth videos and stuff like that, and that's why I put my birth video up there. Well, mainly for me to look back on, but also so that other people can kind of watch it and kind of see the progression of my birth and my experience with my birth. I'm gonna do a Q&A with you. This is my 1-hour break after work before I pick the kids up, so this is like my quiet time. Do you hear that? It's silent. So yeah, I'm just gonna relax, have my coffee, and answer these questions, okay? So we can jump right into it. Oh, by the way, if you do like my videos, anything about parenting, about being a mother, being a wife, being Christian, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and if you want to be notified with my new videos, go ahead and click the bell down there, okay? First of all, I know I had addressed it already, but Aris, my son, he is 3.5, I think. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So he's 3 years and 8 months, so a little over 3.5, and then Erlen will be 1.5 next month. So yeah, they're growing up. It's been so fun just watching them grow and play together. It's just so rewarding to see them interact with each other. I know in the newborn stage it's kind of like, don't touch her or be careful, but now they're like roughhousing every single day, jumping on the couch, and it's me like yelling like, be careful, but yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. The gap between them is 2 years and 3 months. It's all according to preference. Some people like their kids with a larger age gap, and some like to just have them back to back. When Erlen was born, Aris was still in diapers. We actually, he just got potty trained fully very recently, probably within the last 2 months. So, but from what I hear, boys take a little bit of time, which is fine, but yes, he's out of diapers, hallelujah. Anyways, yeah, we only have one in diapers. Live better on our wallets, because diapers are so expensive. I didn't feel like I needed to start over with like the diapers and the bottles. Well, Erlen didn't have any bottles. She was breastfeeding. She still is breastfeeding. But again, with that whole routine of infants, diapers and feeding them, and them not sleeping through the night, that whole thing. So I didn't feel like I needed to start over with anything. Aside from, you know, like clothes and stuff, I had a baby girl, so of course me being pretty girly, I wanted to buy all this stuff for her, and you know, especially for girls. But she did get a lot of ARIS's hand-me-downs, so, but it's super cool just seeing her in pajamas or like baseball and basketball and all that stuff. I guess looking further into the future, they're gonna be, you know, within the same, like, as far as school, they're gonna be kind of like back to back as far as what they're learning, and I can kind of use that to my advantage. Like if they're in high school and, you know, I need ARIS to watch Ireland with when they're in school and stuff like that. So that's something that I do appreciate. As far as cons, I just feel like I've had a infant / toddler for the last 3.5, almost 4 years. Like my pregnancies, I feel like they were like back to back, even though it was almost 2.5 years apart. I can't really think of any cons yet, and probably I might find some a little later on. There are times, yes, I must admit that I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want Ireland to be, you know, like a little older so she can kind of occupy herself. But I know they grow up so fast. Sooner or later, they're not gonna want to cuddle me and hug me and be with me all the time. They're gonna want to do their own thing, and I know that's gonna come soon. And I just try to treasure and cherish the moments that we have now, even sleepless nights and crying and wasted food, and I don't want this juice, I want that juice. I don't want this snack, I want that. I don't want to go here, I don't want to go there. I don't want to wear this, I want to wear these shoes. It's just like, you know, that's my world right now. Someone asked me about personalities and how their personalities are different. ARIS is definitely more like in tune with his feelings. He's very sensitive. He loves to cuddle and hug, and when he sees me, he goes, "Oh, mommy, I miss you." Or sometimes he'll see his little sister and be like, "Oh, I love you, baby." He like that kind of thing, and I love it. He's so lovey-dovey. He's like my favorite cuddle partner. Erin, she's just, sometimes I'm just gonna admit, she's kind of a mean girl. Every time I try to hug her, she'll like try to wring out of my arms, and but yeah, she's fun. She's super spunky. That's her personality. She's a wild child. She's either attached to my hip or she's everywhere else. Like going up the stairs, trying to go down the stairs, trying to go in the tub, trying to put something in the toilet. I do like that. She is like that, you know. I don't want anyone thinking that they can push her around. ARIS does try to do that, and she will not take it from me. So, that's my girl. Birth stories, how are they different? I had very different births with both of them. The only thing that's the same, well, there's a couple things that are the same, but I was in the same exact room. If you didn't watch my birth videos, I'll link them down below, or I'll go ahead and put it in the other side. I was in the same exact room with ARIS and Ireland when I gave birth. So that was pretty special. So with ARIS, again, if you didn't watch the birth video, I did get induced at 39 weeks, almost exactly. I went to my 39-week doctor's appointment. Since the appointments are every week, I went to my doctor's appointment, and rewind to my 37-week appointment. My doctor at the time, at my 37-week appointment, was like, "You're gonna have this baby like today," you know. So then I went through that whole week, didn't have the baby, came back for my 38-week appointment, and then he's like, "No, for real, you're gonna have the baby like today, like you're like 3.5 centimeters." Another week rolls around, 39 weeks, and I'm like, "Doctor, I am so tired," you know. And then he checked me, I was 4 centimeters. He's like, "You don't feel any contractions?" I was like, "No, I don't. I'm fine. I just want this baby out. So from the appointment, he's like, I'm gonna go send you down to the emergency room. I started the Pitocin, and it being my first time, I am only, well, pre-pregnancy weight 90 pounds, and I'm 4'10". So I'm not even average size, and the Pitocin they gave me was like way too much for me. My contractions were like on top of each other, just overlapping, and it was just so exhausting. I went from like 0 to 100 like real quick. My labor with ARIS lasted a total of about 4.5 hours, which is not a long time, but I was just like, I feel like I literally went from 0 to 100. I was in a lot of pain. I ended up taking the epidural. I like wanted it. Recovery was fine. I stayed, you know, average amount of time. It's so funny because after I had ARIS, I feel like maybe I was like in shock or something, or like I didn't know what to do. I didn't have an appetite, and that in turn affected my milk supply. And so before we left the hospital, ARIS had already been supplementing. He had a fever and he had lost a significant amount of weight, and so we supplemented him. That's how that came about. And then first couple of months I like breastfed him and I supplemented him, and then he in turn just ended up taking bottles. And I'll speak about that more later because ARIS has a host of food allergies, and that kind of came from that. But as far as Arlain's birth story, it's very similar. I was kind of in what is that called? Not active labor. I don't know. Well, I had been having contractions. It was to the point where I would be sitting in my glider, like having regular contractions, and then they would just never progress, and like I would just fall asleep like at 2 in the morning, wake up at 6 and be so mad that they had gone away, you know, because I just feel like I spent all that time, you know, laboring and going through the contractions and waiting for me to kind of progress, and it never did. I was at my 38-week appointment, and my OB was like, hey, like we can induce you at 39 weeks if you would like to schedule that. And at the time I was so tired. I walked everywhere. I had lost my mucus plug, and nothing was really happening to progress that. So we made that appointment for Monday morning. And I remember thinking on the previous Friday, I wanted to cancel it because I wanted to just go naturally, you know. But Friday afternoon, 5 o'clock, doctor's office is closed, and I said, oh, I can't cancel it anymore, and I needed to report to the hospital at like 5:30 in the morning. We ended up getting induced, which is a good thing. I'll tell you about that later. But yeah, after I got admitted, I told my nurse, hey, last time I was put on Pitocin and it was way too much for me. So I said, can you put like the very least amount of it for me? Yes, I can do that. I felt like I was more prepared during Arlain's birth. I had told Arlainio what I wanted. I wanted to have worship music playing. I wanted ice chips. I wanted him to like put pressure in my lower back whenever I have the contractions, and I wanted him to, while I was having the contractions, look at the monitor and talk me through it, every single contraction, and take each contraction on its own. Really like talk to me like, hey, okay, you know, this is the peak, this is it, okay, all right, it's declining, and okay, you're gonna do so much better. And I think he did such a great job coaching me through my labor. I was progressing, and rather quickly, my labor was 2.5 hours with Arlain. It was to the point at the end, I called my nurse and I said, hey, can you check me? I'm in a lot of pain. So she checked me, she said, hey, you're like 8.5, almost 9 centimeters. And I was like, I kind of want the epidural. And she was like, are you sure? She's like, I can call the anesthesiologist. or I can call the doctor right now. And I said, okay, let's call the doctor, you know. So the doctor came, I was in transition, started pushing, and after 20 minutes of pushing, Erin was born. And she was 8.1 pounds. She was a big baby for me. ARIS was only 7.2 pounds. So that's why I said it was a good thing that I got induced, because if I had waited until I was 40 weeks, my OB was like, you probably would have needed a C-section. So I'm really, really glad about that. Recovery was the same, and I was determined to nurse Arlen. And yeah, we got to a year, and we're almost to a year and a half. She shows no signs of wanting to wean. And then as far as, you know, epidural or not, I've done both. Breastfeeding, bottle feeding, I've done both. So yeah, you know, if you guys need to talk to me about anything, I'm more than happy to share my experiences. What advice would I give to first-time parents? I guess enjoy the process. Yeah, you're gonna want to research on, you know, how the baby's gonna be. There's no amount of books that you can read that'll truly prepare you for when the baby's there. And you will more than likely, almost 100% be shocked when you have this baby that first night and you're like, oh my goodness, we have to keep this thing alive, you know? So don't panic. And also, I guess, I'd say first of all, accept the help. I know that you want to show that you're well equipped and you know what you're doing, and when people want to help out, you're like, no, we got this. But for real, take the help. Someone wants to bring you food, bring you food. Someone wants to come over and, you know, clean your kitchen, if they want to like hold the baby for a little bit, don't feel like you are insufficient as a mother or father. You accept help, take it. You will be tired, you'll be sleep deprived. I told a friend of mine that, you know, that she was wanting to get back to where she was before she had the baby as far as routine, and I said, girl, like, that routine is gone. You know, your normal back then is not your normal now. So your normal now is sitting on the couch for 6 hours breastfeeding. That's normal. It doesn't seem normal to a lot of people. That's normal. You know, sitting in the same spot, feeling touched out, you know, hair hasn't been washed in days. That's normal. And another thing is to find moments to yourself, and you need to take care of yourself too. Don't feel like, you know, you have to sacrifice everything, every single thing, even your own happiness. What's the hardest part about being a parent? With ARIS, it was the sleep deprivation, because he didn't sleep through the night until he was like 2. So that was really, really hard. It just depends on what stage you're in. I mean, ARIS is still only 3.5, and there's so much more for me to learn. Me and Arlainio are not perfect parents. We have a lot to learn. We do have, you know, people that we confide in when we need advice and all that stuff. So we don't have all the answers. I share what my experiences are to help anybody who can use that, and I in turn look for advice from other people too who have more experience than me. The last question is, are we gonna have any more kids? You know, after we had ARIS, I felt like I wanted another baby, and I always had that feeling. There was a point where that whole idea of having another baby and wanting to try again kind of consumed me. But this time around, I don't have, we don't have any plans of having any more kids right now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe in the future. One of the struggles of being a young couple, young parents, is we were basically kids raising kids. You know, we had to strap on our boots and be parents at a young age. I was 21 when I got pregnant, and Arlainio was 22. So we became parents at 22 and 23, and that's pretty young. While other people who are in their 20s are making strides to further their career and all that stuff. You are trying to provide for your family the best that you know how, while also finding who you are, finding that right career path for you that works for you, that'll provide for your family, and that works for your family. Not all careers are very family friendly, and that's, I guess, the blessing to us that instead of having to throw kids into our mix of career and our job schedules and all that stuff, we had kids early. And so when it was time to make decisions as far as where our life is going, as far as our career, we were able to make decisions wisely, because we knew, hey, okay, so there's this job, these are our goals for our family, this is what we're gonna need as far as finances. We want our kids to play, sports. We want them to go to school. We want to make sure that we can pay for childcare. All of those things. A lot of things to take into account. Your kids, spending enough time with the kids, the finances, and having enough time and money just to support the family and reach your goals. You want a house, you want to get a new car, all of these different things. You want to open a business. We were parents at a young age, and we know what to look forward to as far as what is right for our family, because we are a unit, and every single decision that I make, every single decision that Arlainio makes will affect our family. So we are able to make decisions based on what we want to do and where we want to go as a family. So I think that's the blessing in all of that. So as far as having more kids, we don't have any plans right now. Ask us again in maybe 2 or 3 years. It might be different. I don't know. It's up in the air. God wants us to have another baby. We're gonna have another baby, because we all know that when God wants something for us and He has a specific thing written in His will for us, there's nothing we can do to stop it, and that is it. So yeah, I mean, that's all the questions that I have right now, and this is already a very long, this is a long video, so I'm gonna have to cut it. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, you can go ahead and ask in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them, and hopefully soon I'll make another video with more of those questions. If you have any other questions, go ahead and ask. And again, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. And then if you want to be notified of new videos, go ahead and click the bell. Okay? I'm gonna go because it is time to pick up my kids. Alright? Okay. Bye guys. It was fun having my little time with you and my coffee that I didn't drink yet. And you guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye.